these following pictures of some of the houses that he worked on or even built. This one is at 25 East Battery, which is a pretty exclusive area even then. He did renovations on this house. He did not do this construction of the house itself. But it's a beautiful place. It still stands. In fact, I saw in the paper that it now goes for $28 million. Just go right down and write a check. This is the Connelly Funeral Home, the 309 Meeting Street, just below Marion Square. This is an example of the Mount Pleasant red bricks I was talking about. He had a little, as you can see, he had a bit of an ornate flair about his construction. It was pretty decorative, if you believe it. And he commonly included the year of construction on the top front of his buildings. This was built in 1884. So he wasn't very old when this one was built, but he was pretty proud of it. Because his name
exists? Does that still exist?
Yeah, looks just like that. Johnny Murphy's name was inscribed on one of the front steps of the building. It's still there. So I guess he was proud of it. Today it's divided up into apartments or condos, I don't know what.
That's amazing.
I don't like funeral homes, so I haven't been in it. But that's pretty ornate. This is another one he built on 365 King Street. I don't know the original intent of this building, but it later was used as a hardware store. My friend Henry Coleman in Mount Pleasant, a very good friend, he remembers when it was a hardware store. But you see the date of construction up at the top there. And it's got scroll work and all kinds of stuff in there that they didn't need to put. It was just part of him. 237 King Street. That's a pretty recent picture. I think that's pretty standard there. I think it's a restaurant underneath it there. I don't have any notes at all on that, but that was one he built. 24 East Battery, he renovated this, not built it. 34 East Battery, I'm sorry. That still stands, of course. And this crowning glory, and you know about this. This is what they call Palace of the Police, corner of King and Hudson Street. It's right above Marion Square, above what used to be the county library up there. And it's an interesting story. It was damaged by the earthquake of 1886. By the early 1900s, the King and Hudson Street Police Station faced issues due to its proximity to the Citadel Military Academy. Citadel didn't always exist where it exists now. That was near on top of Marion Square. The late night noise, police operations, and the jail cell block bordering the cadets' quarters caused friction between the two institutions. They were loud. And it ultimately led to an agreement in 1908 to transfer the property to the state. And a new central station was subsequently built on Vanderhorst and St. Philip Street. If you look at the caption of the picture, it opened in 1888 and the cost of construction was $43,000. All right, back to Dewees. We are right here. This is a neat picture that I have. I have an original photograph. No, I don't have it. It's in my brother's house. I turned over that stuff to him. This picture in 1893, 1890s, sign was put out by him, John D. Murphy. And Barbara commented that there are no trees in the picture. It's so wooded right now. I believe it probably is due to the hurricane of 1893 that swept most of the trees off the island, and they hadn't had a chance to grow up yet. So it would have been supposedly a category 3 today, but it sounds town sign says trespassing on this island strictly prohibited under the penalty of the law. Judge J.D. Murphy, owner. And it is pretty desert looking. Now, I had this in the archives, microfilm archives, an agreement between owner Murphy and J.O. Milligan, that's an old Charleston name, to lease the farming rights and to the planting of oysters and clams and the cutting of palmetto fans and for the fattening of hogs on the island. It's essentially being a caretaker to the island and his two-story, and probably his two-story house. Some of it implies that he actually lived in the house and a part of it. But I found it interesting that he did a lot of farming out here and raised pigs. Now, in the 1970s, secretly, I used to hunt pigs on the north end of the Isle of Palms before wild hens was even thought. And we kind of wondered if they were the pigs that swam across the inlet under the Isle of Palms. We were very secret. Other records show that he raised artichokes.
We don't have those either.
Is that salt?
Cane was harvested to fabricate seats and backs of chairs. That's what they did. He died in 1900 of an aortic anurism. Suddenly. And that set the whole family in disarray. Because it was so unexpected. And he was very successful as a contractor and a builder, but he was heavily in debt. And because he also had an improperly witnessed will. And because of those two things, the family had to sell a lot of stuff. And it was called the dark days of the family. That was a description about the family. But they had to end up selling Dewees Island. And I'll tell you what